In the early 2nd century CE, the Roman Empire stretched across continents, from the deserts of Africa to the windswept highlands of northern Britain. Among its many legions, the 9th Legion, Legio IX Hispana, stood out for its reputation in battle and discipline. Its soldiers were hardened veterans, trained not only in combat but in engineering, logistics, and strategy. Originally raised in Hispania, the 9th had fought campaigns across the empire, from the Rhine to the Danube. By the time it was dispatched to Britain, it carried with it centuries of military tradition and a legacy of victories. Stationed along Hadrian's Wall and the northern frontiers, its mission was clear: maintain Roman authority in the most remote and hostile regions of the empire. Britain was no easy task. Dense forests, unpredictable weather, and fiercely independent tribes created a landscape where the ordinary rules of warfare often failed. The Caledonians and Picts, among others, were skilled in guerrilla tactics, ambushing supply lines, and exploiting the terrain. Every day was a test of endurance, intelligence, and resilience for the 9th Legion. Despite the challenges, the Legion thrived. Roman forts were constructed with precision. Roads were built to ensure supply lines, and patrols maintained control over vast swaths of territory. Soldiers sent reports back to Rome, chronicling skirmishes, alliances, and even minor rebellions. Yet in the midst of these ordinary military duties, subtle anomalies hint at the beginnings of a mystery. Some accounts describe the Legion vanishing from records, first sporadically, then entirely. Inscriptions from forts that once housed the 9th disappear without explanation. Historians speculate that the Legion may have suffered a catastrophic defeat at the hands of the northern tribes, though no archaeological evidence conclusively confirms such a battle. Entire units could have been overwhelmed in the dense forests, their presence erased not only from memory but from official records. The mystery deepens when we consider the geography of northern Britain. Rivers swelled unpredictably, fog rolled through valleys, and the dense woodlands could hide entire contingents of men. These environmental challenges may have contributed to the Legion's disappearance. Could a perfectly disciplined Roman army have been ambushed and eradicated simply by exploiting terrain and weather? The idea, though unsettling, is plausible. Speculative theories abound. Some suggest that the 9th was deliberately lured into a trap, perhaps during a routine patrol or construction mission. Others argue that internal Roman politics, competition among generals, imperial paranoia, or logistical mismanagement may have contributed to the Legion's demise. Disease, starvation, and harsh winters could have combined with hostile encounters to decimate the force, leaving only fragments scattered across the north. The psychological impact of such a disappearance cannot be underestimated. For the Roman Empire, losing an entire legion was unprecedented. Soldiers were trained to be disciplined, fortified against fear, and well supplied. The loss of the 9th would have been a shock not only militarily but culturally, a blemish on Rome's image of invincibility. Rumors and legends likely spread quickly, adding layers of fear, awe, and speculation to the event. Archaeological traces remain tantalizing but inconclusive. Forts once garrisoned by the 9th show signs of sudden abandonment, and isolated Roman artifacts appear far from expected locations. Coins, weapon fragments, and inscriptions hint at activity, but never provide the full picture. Scholars debate whether these remnants indicate defeat, relocation, or a deliberate erasure from records, an intentional rewriting of history to conceal failure. Modern historians also consider the human element. Soldiers who survived any disaster may have been absorbed into other legions or assimilated into local communities, erasing direct evidence of the 9th's existence. The psychological weight of serving in an isolated, hostile environment may have contributed to low morale, desertion, or disbandment, leaving gaps in the historical record. Speculation takes a darker turn when considering the unknown. Could the 9th have been annihilated entirely in a single catastrophic engagement, swept away by forces unseen in the surviving records? Could northern tribes with intimate knowledge of the terrain have orchestrated a trap that left no survivors? The imagination stretches at the thought. Thousands of disciplined Roman soldiers, seasoned veterans, undone not by lack of training but by circumstance, strategy, and chance. By the end of the 2nd century CE, the 9th Legion vanished from official accounts. Its disappearance became a historical riddle, whispered by scholars, dramatized in novels, and examined by archaeologists centuries later. The enduring mystery of the 9th Legion has captured imaginations for centuries. Scholars, writers, and filmmakers have speculated endlessly, filling the gaps left by missing records with theories ranging from the plausible to the fantastic. Some believe the Legion was destroyed by hostile tribes. Others suggest it was redeployed elsewhere, its name quietly retired to avoid political embarrassment. In modern times, the fascination with the Ninth is amplified by the lack of concrete evidence. Roman military history is otherwise meticulously documented, making the Legion's disappearance even more conspicuous. Where some see evidence of annihilation, others see the natural consequences of frontier warfare. Disease, desertion, and environmental hazards combined with sporadic combat to erase the Legion from northern Britain. Speculative storytelling imagines a darker scenario. A Legion trapped in dense forests, cut off from supplies, surrounded by unseen enemies, fighting relentlessly as hope dwindled. Soldiers, trained to withstand fatigue and fear, might have succumbed to exhaustion, starvation, or psychological collapse. Leaders may have fallen first, leaving the men without direction, their fate sealed in the fog and shadows of the highlands. The legend of the Ninth also intersects with themes of hubris and imperial overreach. Rome's expansion into distant, hostile territories stretched resources thin, leaving even elite legions vulnerable. The disappearance of the Ninth becomes not just a tale of military misfortune, but a cautionary story about the limits of human ambition, the vulnerability of even the mightiest forces, and the fragile veneer of control that empires rely upon. Archaeological discoveries continue to provide tantalizing hints. Inscriptions, weapon fragments, and fortifications hint at Roman activity, yet none conclusively identify the Ninth. Each find sparks debate, as historians attempt to reconcile the physical evidence with written records and contemporary accounts. The gaps in knowledge allow the imagination to roam freely, creating a narrative both terrifying and compelling. Beyond military history, the story of the Ninth resonates as a psychological and cultural mystery. How does an entire legion vanish without leaving definitive traces? How do societies remember or forget such catastrophic losses? The Ninth's disappearance challenges assumptions about documentation, control, and the permanence of human endeavor. In speculative reconstructions, one might envision survivors integrating into local tribes, passing down Roman skills and tactics in secret, becoming invisible threads woven into the fabric of Britain. Others imagine entire units wiped out in single battles, their names erased deliberately from records to protect imperial reputation. These narratives, while unprovable, keep the legend alive. The Ninth Legion's legacy endures not only in academic debate, but in storytelling. Its mystery provides a canvas for novels, films, and historical dramas, inviting audiences to contemplate the limits of human knowledge and the fragility of even the most disciplined institutions. The echo of the Legion resonates across time, reminding us that history often leaves questions unanswered, and that some stories are more compelling because of what we cannot know. The disappearance of the Ninth remains a haunting chapter of Roman history. Its soldiers, once a formidable force, now exist only in fragments, inscriptions, artifacts, and the imaginations of those who ponder their fate. The Legion's story is a cautionary tale, a historical enigma, and an enduring mystery, echoing through time as a reminder that even empires are not immune to uncertainty, and that the past holds secrets that may never be fully uncovered.